This is my main focus. You have spray painted these boots to match that horrible dress. This knee shouldn't even be looking at us. It should be looking the other way. These boots are made for walking. They look like they walk on their own. They're spray painted. You put them out on the balcony to dry thinking you was finna do your big one the next day. What made you say, yeah, that's what I'm wearing? Nosy, I really want you to hear the video of them roasting me. Now, I can say there was some funny parts in there because, I'm down for a good roast. But baby, when I heard what she said about my legs, now my legs are funny, granted, but they funny ha, not funny weird like this. Bitch, you don't know which way you gonna go when you start walking. Now, this is Principal Trunchbull. This is Lala. You gotta be la to me. And bitch, you turned your camera on to show that you was built better than me? How where? That hoe said she can tell her head from her neck. How? Nosy, it is going down all week. And I hope you realize that my name is FWA. You hoes is fat too. FWA. What?
She looks like an angry snowman.
$103, yeah. Hey, okay, her eyebrows are paid actors, Nosy.
I find it convenient that she avoided the sun in this picture.
Well, she didn't in this one. Those eyebrows are paid actors. That your thin cracker lip ass, baby. Look at those eyebrows. I may be indicted after this week. Nosy, I don't have any more fucks to give, okay? Now, when I come and let you hear the roast that they did on me, after the roast, FWA said, and I really think, Lala, you actually look better than Laugh. She's a liar. Liar. And we're going to have fun with it. You cracker ass cracker, and you know what? I'm finna start asking FWA, how is you coon? How is you coon?
I wish Erica was here because I want her before you get into this. Before you get to this roast battle, I need you to see all this.
Why do you think this is a roast battle? I'm just showing pictures. This is what she wore to the backyard boogie. Culottes. Where did you find
Apologies, I forgot to mute.
Where did you find these culottes? Where did you find Now that's a halter, okay? You should have just halted. Your stomach is not supposed to be pushing through that hole. You guys have given me too much ammunition. Speaking of ammunition. Speaking of ammunition, bitch, you came and told us what you did. Erica, please get up here.
Yeah, I don't know if Erica's here or not. But I want her to show you what we found. I can't believe it's I went live, what, Friday? It's Sunday. I thought by then you would have at least fell into one of her lives, because someone said she was doing it. She showed it again in another live, but I guess you didn't see it.
It must be. I'm not supposed to see it, but I'm gonna see it. Erica, I just seen her in the comments somewhere saying, "My Lord."
Frankie, I'll be in Imp's live. You be going in on FWA and them wigs, and I don't know what kind of war you and her hair got, but you need to give it a rest.
No, she needs to give it a rest. Do you know how Nosy? I might get my motherfucking karaoke and my mic and set the goddamn mic stand up on these hoes.
You should.
What? This type of picture makes me put an H in front of the W. What? Bitch, you got bigger fish to fry, but I'm gonna roast your ass before they toast your ass, okay? I don't know how she got an ankle monitor on because...
Oh, somebody sent me a clip. Someone sent me a clip about, I guess, FWA giving the timeline about how she found out about
Nosy, keep it together.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the picture. Okay. They sent me a clip about how FWA found out about the post her daughter made before the incident. You remember the post that you had read about her daughter saying she's glad 2 people had witnessed.
Yes.
And FWA, I guess, I don't know when this live was. Let me see. Hold on. I think it might have been yesterday or today. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I just ate 2 hot dogs. Okay. This is FWA explaining her leaving. So I didn't know she went to the backyard boogie. So I guess she leaves the backyard boogie, and then she finds out about the post her daughter made about the 2 witnesses, or glad that there was 2 witnesses to see what her father putting his hands on her. FWA explains that, and then I listened to the clip a little bit already, and somebody comes up and says, don't explain a timeline to these people. I guess we're the people. They said, don't explain the timeline. So can I play it? Y'all want to hear it? I kind of want to hear it again with 822 ears. Laugh, please. Why are the bars bent? Who made that? Is that Rizzy? Rizzy, she gonna come get you. Rizzy, she on vacation now with BK, but she gonna come get you, Rizzy. Okay. And then somebody sent, is this what y'all call messy mail? Somebody then sent me a page. Okay, so this page was in Bella's court show today. And in the message, they said that this person was spamming the comments and Bella's chat in bold letters, basically talking about FWA. They didn't send me what they were saying, but they were like, this person probably knows FWA because they were in Bella's chat. Their name is You is Free 3. You is Free 3. You, like me and you is Free 3. That's their username. They follow 148 people, but they don't have any followers. And they were spamming Bella's chat about FWA, but like on a personal level. I guess they were saying stuff like, your time is finally up, and they kept mentioning somebody by the name of Brittany. Brittany said this was gonna happen. Brittany said, I don't know who Brittany is, but whatever. So that's what I was sent today. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so here's the clip that I got of FWA explaining her case with what happened after the backyard boogie. So let me turn the volume up.
Not on Facebook.
Oh.
And at the time, when I called her, I say, hey, what's going on with this? My husband called her and he said, your mama want to talk to you. She want to know what's going on with this post.
Now I thought that was interesting that the husband called the daughter, FWA's husband called her FWA's daughter about the post. She's saying that I'm glad somebody finally saw you put your hands on me. And I wonder why FWA didn't call her.
Because FWA didn't raise her. And FWA probably did. Wait a minute. You said FWA's husband called her about the post?
That's what she says in the first 2 seconds. I'll rewind it.
Not on Facebook. And at the time, when I called her, I say, hey, what's going on with this? My husband called her and he said, your mama want to talk to you. She want to know what's going on with this post. And then she told me what happened. She told me that her baby daddy, the one that she's pregnant with now, came over to the fucking house and he acted a motherfucking fool. Talking about people need to announce when they come to his house or he's going to pum some shit up. Now, that's what my daughter told me about the one post that I saw. But y'all telling me that's not abusive to tell your daughter that you need to announce when you sitting outside of the house, in front of the house with the father of your about to be newborn son, or he's going to pum the car. Tell me what the fuck that is. What is that? And then he snatched her, and then he shoved her, and he started laughing. What the fuck is that? What is that, y'all? Is that not a form of a fucking abuse? What the fuck is y'all saying?
Nosy, can we get a pause?
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot. And this is only 45 seconds. That was
Nosy.
45
So
seconds.
you telling me it's a problem with a person wanting to know who outside their own damn house?
Well, it could be a form of control. I think that's a form of control.
Okay, so is the daddy? So her daddy is saying, "Let me know if you about to have company or who's out in front of my house."
Yes.
And so you think that's control, or do you think she took it the wrong way? She could have. What we see of her, she's a hothead. So whereas
The daughter.
the daughter. So he could have said, man, let me know when it's somebody outside the house, or let me know when y'all sitting outside or whatever. We don't even know where the smaller kids were while she was sitting outside in the car. So we don't even know how that happened because we've seen her disrespecting him and him not even retaliating. And he is the parent.
Yeah. Now I'm going to play devil's advocate with that clip because I feel like there's a lot going on in that clip, right? The daughter has this incident, according to what she told her mother, and then she posts about it, right? She said, I'm glad two of her favorite people, I don't know who the other person is, but according to FWA, the baby daddy is one. The second person could have been the grandpa. So she could have been saying, I'm glad my baby father or my grandpa saw you putting your hands on me, referring to her dad. FWA in this clip doesn't say how she got that clip, but she says she was sent the clip. So somebody must have sent it to her, maybe one of her other kids, like, oh, did you see what our sister posted? And FWA says she was leaving the backyard boogie and she was sent the post, and then her husband proceeds to call the daughter and says, hey, your mom wants to talk about what this post is about. And then the daughter proceeds to tell the mother. Now, what I find interesting about that is that her daughter didn't, her FWA doesn't call the daughter herself. So I think that's an interesting dynamic. The second thing is the daughter didn't call FWA. Maybe the daughter didn't feel like she was in too much of an immediate danger. Maybe she felt as though because it was like during the day when maybe I'm just speculating if it was during the day that her baby father came over to come see her, that she didn't think that it was immediate for her to leave. You know what I mean? Like, but I do find it interesting that in an incident of physical abuse, she does not call her mother immediately. So when or maybe she knew her mom was out of town and she just couldn't call her. There's a lot of questions there, right? But the second dynamic is that if the daughter does the live stream before her father allegedly puts his hands on her before the incident, right, when the camera goes out, why didn't she call her mother before going live? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like,
another question.
Like, was it because the daughter was in need, right? She was being thrown out. She didn't have anywhere to go. So then, she has no other choice but to call her mother. But because her father put his hands on her at the time her baby father came to visit, she's like, well, it's not like he's kicking me out. So we just had an incident. It's not like I'm being thrown out. So there's no need to call my mother. So those are the two dynamics I'm trying to think about. You know what I mean? Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or am I confused?
Hold on, Nosy. Let me squeeze my tiny ass up in this, okay? Because if you sitting outside with your baby daddy and your daddy come out there putting his hands on you, your baby daddy didn't do shit? What he say? What y'all about to do?
Yes.
My baby daddy gonna have something to say about any nigga, any man putting his hands on me. My baby daddy gonna have something to say about it.
Yes.
So
I would love to know what was the baby daddy's role in that incident.
I also thought that when she made that post about my two favorite people saying you put your hands on me, I thought she was talking about the two kids. I thought that when that happened, the two kids was there with her and her daddy.
That's possible. That's possible. They could have been in the car with her outside.
Her two favorite people. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, well, we might have more questions. Let's get back to this clip.
And crazy part, friends, a lot of times when you have endured abuse by the perpetrator,
it glitches.
You don't have the same frame of mind. That's fucked up. It's my kid we're talking about. I was all the way in Atlanta and my child is being abused by her father that should be helping her. But he wouldn't know how to be a father and help her because his father and his mother didn't know how to be parents. They thought drugs was more important. Let me tell y'all a story.
You know what? I need to get in the comments.
Y'all remember me telling y'all about me knowing a young lady and me?
Yeah.
She literally just said that his parents didn't know how to be parents. Your parents raised your daughter. So did you know how to be a parent? The daughter tells us that her mama and daddy didn't raise her. She was raised by her grandparents. And FWA says, I'm a mother first. No, you're not. So another thing is your daughter chose to live in filth rather than come fuck with you. The only time she fucked with you is when she needed you to come do her dirty work. Like she said, you want to play with me and I'm going to show you how to play. I'm going to shut the fuck up, Lord. We ain't even got it to 2 minutes in the clip. Have we, Nosy?
This is an explosive clip, in my opinion. I think it's an explosive clip. I think the timeline, I think the timeline says everything.
Her had did some vending events together and come to find out that was his real fucking sister and she didn't know them because the mother had so many kids, they was in the system. And I met this young lady working out doing my business, and me and her had became sisters. To come to find out she was my real sister-in-law because it was his sister, his biological sister that did her mother, because the mother is a dope fiend. And she had
that Tyler Perry sequence of who's the mother, who the grandbaby. I'm not about to rewind it to go back. Apparently, there's a lot going on with that. Okay, there's a lot going on with Thank you, Miss Lady. We not rewinding that. I don't want to get into that. I just want to finish this out. This. Did you hear that? She said she found out that was her sister-in-law. Her sister-in-law was the baby's mom. Child,
We don't know.
that's too much to get into.
Too many children to know where her children were. Y'all don't remember telling me? Y'all don't remember telling y'all that story? Y'all don't remember saying, hey,
I remember now, but I have forgot about it till you just mentioned it.
remember me telling y'all that? Well, how do you have a bunch of kids in the system if you doing the right thing as a parent?
And friends, I'm gonna say this, and I ain't trying to get in your business. Don't give no more timelines, no more times. Don't know what the descriptions. Don't talk. You done with that? Let's talk about way past in the past. Anything that happened during this investigation, especially putting times out here. None of that. All right.
Remember me telling y'all that? Just like Asia Baby just told y'all the story of when I said I didn't want the man in my house. So what y'all not gathering? What's not clicking here? What's not clicking here, people? Not clicking here, people.
She gonna get y'all.
If I just a woman find her mother, right? I told y'all I did not want to be bothered with the man at my house. What is not clicking, people? What's not clicking? What's not clicking? But y'all can tell my story better than me, though, right? Y'all can tell my story better than me. I never wanted nothing to happen to that man. I just wanted him to stay away from me.
Wait, what?
Time out. What did Manny be saying? What he be saying? Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play, sister.
Flag on the play, sister. Get Manny in here. Flag on the play. Did she say? We got to rewind that back. Let me see how well I can rewind
She
it.
said, I never wanted nothing to happen to that man. I wanted him to leave me alone.
I rewound it back, so we're going to hear it again, friend. I did not know that was in that clip. Flag on the play in Manny's voice.
Tell my story better than me, though, right? Y'all can tell my story better than me. I never wanted nothing to happen to that man. I just wanted him to stay away from me. I can't do anything about my children. You can't stop children from loving who they love. But I just didn't want to be bothered because I had been bothered enough.
Flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. I thought she was doing this because he put his hands on the daughter.
And if you wanted him to stay away from you, you pulled up at his motherfucking house.
So it was personal.
Nosy, I said it was personal because in her coming out video, her first day out video, she told us that he was abusive to her. Why do we even need to know that if that was 20 years ago? It was because that's why you did it.
Wow. I can't believe she said that. I cannot believe she said that. She said she wanted him to stay away from me. She didn't say I wanted to do it because he had my daughter in a chokehold and I just wanted him to let her loose. Wow. Damn, friends. This clip was sent to me. Shout out to the messy person who captured it and sent it.
Hell, at this point, she probably sent it because we didn't even have to know none of this shit.
None of it. Okay, let's continue, friend. I kind of, where's the timestamp of that? 4:40. I kind of want to go back a little. It was at 4:39.
I can't do anything about my children. You can't stop children from loving who they love. But I just didn't want to be bothered because I had been bothered enough.
Hold on, it's further back. Hold on.
Me, know how to set boundaries for my life.
Okay, sorry.
But y'all can tell my story better than me, though, right? Y'all can tell my story better than me. I never wanted nothing to happen to that man. I just wanted him to stay away from me. I can't do anything about my children. You can't stop children from loving who they love. But I just didn't want to be bothered because I had been bothered enough.
That's crazy.
Me, know how to set boundaries for my life and what I don't want in my life. And I'm sorry a lot of y'all don't know how to set boundaries for yourselves, but I know how to set boundaries for me. I know how to make my life better by making a change.
So the part I don't get is if you set these boundaries to, you said I told you guys the story where I guess the baby father had came to the house, maybe in an exchange of children or something. And she said, I told you guys I didn't let that man step foot in my house, right? That's a boundary. And you virtually stayed away from this man for almost 25 years, right? What would have propelled you to go to his house, right? You're crossing your own boundaries. And by crossing your own boundaries, you always lose. You know what I mean? That's what they always say about when you let a man play in your face, that's when you let a man cross your boundaries, or it's when you are allowing him to cross your boundaries, or you lower your own boundaries and you cross them yourself. So like, if you kept this boundary for 25 years, it kind of lines up to what you said, Laugh, in her first video, where she said she just snapped. Maybe she just saw him and she snapped. You know, maybe I'm not saying there wasn't, because I always believe women. If the daughter said that he put his hands on her, well, the daughter never said he put his hands on her the night of the incident. That's what Friends with Attitude said. We've only heard from the daughter once from the live stream video and once on Miss Nitra's live. We've never actually heard the daughter say he put his hands on me that night. We've never heard that. So, but I do believe when Friends says it, because I do believe women. But if that's to be so, how come we never heard anything else in regard to that? She's told us all the other portions of the story, but she never told us exactly like what was the altercation? What was did he have the daughter in a chokehold? Did he push her off the porch? Like, what was it? You know, but now we're hearing this, right? And she's saying that she wanted him to stay away from her, but he was shot in the back. So what did he do? You know, what did he do that was threatening enough for Friends to act the way she acted? Did he like buck at her? You know what I mean? And what was her husband's role? If her husband was there, did he step in between them? Like, did he just try to tell the guy, just go back in the house? Like, what was the frame of reference? You know what I mean?
At the same time, the story was conflicted because on one live, I heard her say that the daughter and the baby daddy was going back and forth on the porch. They was going back and forth, and her husband, and her younger daughter was standing in the dirt in front of the house. Mm-hmm. But her younger daughter tells us that it was a drive-by. But no, when she explains what happened, she completely skips what the baby daddy did and goes straight to, and then somebody got shrapnel.
Yeah.
She went from, it was nothing. She left that part blank because she knows what she did was unwarranted.
And then now you hear her saying she just wanted him to stay away from me. She didn't say she wanted him to stay away from my children. I want him to stay away from my husband and the children. She didn't say I want him to stay away from my daughter. She said I want him to stay away from me. And then she goes on to say, my children can love who they love, but you know what I mean? I don't want to put words in her mouth, so I'll just play it back.
But y'all can tell my story better than me, though, right? Y'all can tell my story better than me. I never wanted nothing to happen to that man. I just wanted him to stay away from me. I can't do anything about my children. You can't stop children from loving who they love. But I just didn't want to be bothered because I had been bothered enough.
Yeah, she said, I didn't want to be bothered because I had been bothered enough. Okay, let me let the clip play.
Me, know how to set boundaries for my life and what I don't want in my life. And I'm sorry a lot of y'all don't know how to set boundaries for yourselves, but I know how to set boundaries for me. I know how to make my life better by making a change. Y'all, Scholar is back in my life and I want him gone. It's a weird ass thing to stalk somebody that don't give a fuck about you. Just like it's a weird ass thing to be around somebody that hurts you. I don't want to be around people that hurt me. I do not find that conducive. The reason why I don't fuck with the Bellas and the motherfucking people and the folks and heartbreakers and all the things. I don't want to be around them people. I don't even want to be around Scholar motherfucking ass. That motherfucking thought it was okay to call me a fat bitch. I don't sit around people like that. Because if you're trying to hurt me with words, you'll try to hurt me in real life. I've been through it. Y'all don't know my story. To be honest, y'all don't know nothing about a lot of people. Y'all don't know nothing about a lot of motherfucking people on this app. A lot of these women have been through the same thing that I've been through. I've heard so many stories, read so many stories about things that people have been through. But y'all want to cry about what somebody doing to you? Get the fuck out of here, bro. And then I hear, Bella, you know, I get it. You are most definitely mad. Thank you, Miss Not Like Most, for finding him and blocking him. Thank you. Thank you, Fab. I appreciate y'all because these people is in here on some bullshit and they need to go. Bella, I heard you say earlier, as part. I ever told y'all I was Billy Badass? I ain't never threatened nobody on this app and said I was going to do not one thing to them. And then for y'all to be talking about y'all sending the clips of me and AJ. I'm on the porch. Who was the aggressor in that situation and what did I do?
I took the video. I was there, and she was fussing at you, and then she got up and came at you, and you still sat there. But when she got closer, then you stood up. So she came at you. So that's the truth. It's on video.
So y'all do know if I needed to get that video to debunk what y'all talking about, I can get it from Miss Not Like Most because she still got it. So what would make y'all think that sending that video to the prosecutor would do? I'm a danger to the community for protecting myself. So if AJ would have hit there and get hit, is that what y'all saying? I couldn't believe when I heard that. I was never the aggressor. What do you mean? What your name is with the food truck?
Okay, that was the end of the clip. I'll check to see if we have more, but thoughts? Laugh?
So first, I'm confused on how she's in the video. She's talking like we brought up the situation between her and AJ in that house they were in after the gala. It was actually she brought that up to us as if to act even harder. Like she was gonna bring out that thing on AJ. It was like she was basically saying it like she spared us, like she spared AJ. Nobody brought that like she brought that up. Like, I am so confused as to how she is blaming us for shit that she brought up. You brought that up trying to make us think that you not, fuck around and find out crew, right? So now you want to say you can get the video and send it to your lawyer to debunk what? You brought that up as if you was hard in that situation. But you wasn't, because AJ was literally on your heels. If anything, that was you could have that could have been self-defense. Like, we're all confused as to what you didn't think about this before you came to the app. Because if you had, you would realize how stupid you look and sound. You came on this app and blamed us for what you did and said, it's y'all. Y'all did all the things to make me go do what I did. And I want y'all to know, don't fuck with my kids because I don't play about my kids. But you play about your kids when it came to raising them, because how your mom and your daddy raise a kid that you don't play about? How, Nosy? How is it our fault that she went and did what she did? How is it our fault that she brought up some shit that she did or didn't do? Y'all, this gotta be a skit. Who made me a part of this skit?
I don't know, but please, everyone, tap the screen. I got y'all. I got enemies on the outs. I've been dragging people all week on this page, so you got to tap the screen.
Like a dragon.
And you gotta help me hit my live goal. I do have another clip from FWA's live, and it looks like it was from today. But again, tap the screen. I'm here with you. I already did my laundry, so I don't have much to do. I just gotta cook this ground beef.
So you telling me you got another clip of her talking?
Yeah, I got two clips. The first one was, hold on, look at my phone. The first one was 9 minutes and 45 seconds. The second one is 8 minutes and 47 seconds. And then the third thing that I was sent was whoever this person is who goes by the name of You Is Free. This person here, You Is Free. They apparently, according to the message that was sent with this screenshot, they were in I know I'm showing you Bella's boobs, my bad. They were in Bella's live spamming the chat. They said spamming the chat in bold letters, and they were talking about FWA's case, but they were also referring to somebody by the name of Brittany. Like, you did this, something Brittany, but they didn't send me the screenshots of what the person was saying exactly. But they said that they think that this person knows FWA personally, like somebody in her personal life. So it could be a brother, the baby daddy's family member, something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe a close friend of the family who knows about the story in the Detroit area. But they were spamming. Apparently, this page was spamming Bella's chat in bold letters very heavily about not personal like doxing stuff about FWA, but making personal statements about FWA that made them believe that this person might know her in the real world. Whoever that person was, I have no idea who they were or what they were saying, but that's the person. You Is Free 3.
No, the fact that we still have clips to listen to of her talking is crazy, because if Shut the Fuck Up was a person, like, we should not know none of this, and you're still, every time you go live, you're contradicting yourself.
That was that statement about she did it because, what did she say? She said,
She said, I wanted him to stay away from me. I pulled up to Nosy. Get this, okay? Get this, hot off the press. I pulled up to somebody's house because I wanted them to stay away from me.
but we got to play devil's advocate though too, Laugh. Like, come on, we got to play devil's advocate. Your child calls you, regardless of what the truth is. They just call you in a fit of anger and rage and fear. So you go to them, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that FWA wanted to interact with the baby daddy. It just means she simply went on a plan to go get the daughter. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, like, come on. We know the dynamic exists between a guy and his baby mom, and they don't get along, and there's an intermediary in the middle as they exchange children or exchange clothes or exchange the kids' grades between their teachers or exchange whatever, you know what I mean? Because FWA went to go, I'm playing devil's advocate because I want to talk about this logically. Because FWA went to go and retrieve her daughter doesn't necessarily mean that the baby daddy had to interact with her. We don't know if he did interact with her. I'm not saying that he didn't and he's all perfect and right. He could have seen her and her husband pull up and cuss her out. You know what I mean? We don't know the dynamic between them, you know, and FWA could have said, don't fucking talk to me. I'm waiting for my daughter. Don't fucking talk to me. And we don't know the exchange there. So we have to be fair. You understand what I'm trying to say? We gotta
Okay,
be
so
fair.
let's be fair.
If they've had this child for 26 years, there have been numerous exchanges where she probably didn't say 2 words to the nigga. He dropped the kid off and they moved around. You know what I'm trying to say? So maybe this time he spoke to her and she just snapped. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play fair.
Okay, so since we talking fair, and you know, I'm telling you, I am good at this, Nosy. I'm telling you, I am bitter for a reason, bitch. I'm big and little because I can see both sides, okay? So let me just go little right quick. Okay, so if I know that I don't want to interact with you for whatever reason, for whatever history we have, I don't want to interact with you, but I do want my daughter out of this situation. There are so many things that I can do to not have to interact with you. They have phones. We heard a phone call that her daughter made to her, which means you can call your daughter and say, hey, we out here. Come on. Just come on, get my grandbabies and come on, get in the car. We can calm down, settle this later. I can also go to the corner store and say, hey, I just called you an Uber down there. The Uber finna pull up in 2 minutes. Get my grandkids. Yeah, come on down to the corner store because I don't even want to pull up at his house. Hey, there's also, you was already sitting in the car with your baby daddy. Where he at? It's also 3 numbers that you could have dialed before you called mama. It was 3 numbers that you could have dialed to help you out as well. So FWA, no, it was as a grown 47-year-old woman, and you said yourself, you got boundaries. If you know you didn't want to interact with that man, it was a possibility that you could have snapped. Baby, what you pulled up there, you, your husband, and your child got out the car. You engaged with him. So I'm telling you, we'll never know what all happened that night. Because her and her daughter is some liars. So I think when we hear the true story, it might be from her baby daddy.
The thing is, I don't want to say that her daughter is lying. Her daughter just hasn't said, oh, I just think her daughter hasn't said a lot. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay, so wait, okay. You don't think her daughter is lying, and I get that. But
I know, but I'm saying I don't think she's lying, but she hasn't said much. So there's not like with FWA, you can analyze her story because like this live, when this live, I don't know what time of day it was taken, but it was taken today. She sounded like she was giving a lot more of the timeline than she should have been letting us hear. But she gave us a timeline, right? The daughter hasn't given us any timeline. She didn't say, well, after the call, then this is what proceeded to happen, X, Y, and Z. The daughter never did that. She might have not said anything and we filled in the gaps, but the daughter hasn't said anything. She never said if an altercation occurred after the fact. She never said that. The daughter never said that, well, after my mom did what she did, I rode with my father into the hospital. We don't know that. We don't know even know if the daughter is still at the house. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like these are a lot of things we don't know because the daughter has not said anything. So because she hasn't said anything, doesn't automatically make her a liar. It just means that she's just playing her cards very close to her chest. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay, sometimes I can know you a liar by what you have said, and sometimes I can know you a liar by what you haven't said. Okay, in this case, I know she's a liar by what she hasn't said or by what she didn't say.
Okay, so let's just define the terms liar, because liar, you have to prove intent, right? To omit something from a story doesn't automatically make you a liar. It just means you haven't said anything. But
hell no, Nosy.
No, but to prove a lie means that you said something with the intent behind it. So if I told you, Laugh, let's go get milkshakes, but I never show up for milkshakes, I intended to never show up. That was a lie. If I said, Laugh, let's go get milkshakes, and then I text you later like, hey, I got caught up with work, that wasn't a lie. It just means that other things have occurred. My intention was to get milkshakes, right? but something occurred after the fact. So to say someone is lying, that's why you never hear the news call out the president for being a liar, because they have to prove. You have to prove that that person intentionally withheld information in regard to their statements. And that is how you prove a lie. Lies are very hard to prove, but omissions of statements are not hard to prove. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're saying. And somebody in the comments said, having people called you a liar, yeah, that doesn't matter. Also, in my case that FWA keeps bringing up, the charges were dropped because it was in self-defense. And also, I didn't leave the scene because I knew it was self-defense. And that's a difference as well. But what I'm saying about this situation, Nosy, is the reason behind FWA going there was because her baby daddy was putting his hands on her daughter. That's why she was going there, period. Now, we heard the second call.
No, that's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, that's what she told us.
When FWA got on live, she says she went to the house because her daughter told her that the father was putting her hands on her, but the daughter never said that. So that is we'll just call that a statement made by FWA. That is not the fact of the case. That is just a statement made by her. We're going to give it to FWA as fact because we don't have any other evidence that it didn't occur. Okay?
Okay, so that was a lie. Okay, you could call it a little statement, but I feel like when she told us that she was going there I feel like when she told us that, she knew that wasn't true by that time. She came and told us that after she got out of jail. But anyway, let me just tell you why I feel like this isn't true. The daughter gave her that information. Every time she came to the screen on her live, the police and the protection was for others. The police and the protection was for her. She said several times on the video, I'm waiting on the police. I'm waiting on them to take me. She also called FWA and said 9 times out of 10, you and my daddy gonna have to come get me out of jail. Okay? So I feel like if she was in danger, she would be calling the police because this man done put his hands on me. Because he's doing something to me. I'm afraid. No, she lied and said she called the police because she finna tear his shit up.
And we know that she lied about the police being called because you said they researched it. There was only one 911 call coming from the house. She more than likely said that because that is oftentimes a fear tactic used for people who have already been pre-incarcerated. So people who have had stints in jail, people who have had just being arrested, people who have had run-ins with the law, telling them, I just called the police. That's a fear tactic, right? That's to scare them. So we know that that's what the daughter used as a way to put fear in possibly her grandfather, to align himself with her, and then a fear tactic to scare the father into, for whatever reason or whatever purpose. But that is a very much hood scare tactic.
But what would you call that though? A lie.
No, well, it's a lie. That was a lie, right? That was a lie, but that was also, I would also include that as a lie, but as a form of intimidation. That was used to intimidate her father. Yes.
I can agree with that, but I don't know. I think that a lot of times I totally agree with you, but why would it's not a scare tactic if he was not the aggressor in the video. It was no reason to even try to scare him with the police because he wasn't doing shit. She said when the police got there, they needed to take her. So I think she was showboating for the live.
Social media plays a very large part in a lot of different dynamics on how people interact, right? That's why a lot of mental health professionals say that social media is the most dangerous thing for people who were on the borderline of having mental breakdowns, or people who suffer from personality disorders like sadism, or not sadism, but schizophrenia and narcissism and sociopathy. The internet is a dangerous place because there's too many victims out there for them to get to, right? So, but it also plays a role in people's egos, right? She went live so she could embarrass them. I'm going to stick with that tactic that she said, oh, I called the police because they're going to come get me. But it was also used as a scare tactic against her father. I don't know if her father does have a record or not, but it is a way to scare black men. Like, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police, because they know that's a big fear in our community. So I do believe she went live to embarrass the family, because that's your family. Like, I would be very embarrassed to show my sister or my brother's fridge being empty. That's embarrassing, because I love my sister and my brother. I would never let them go with the empty fridge. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So for her to show the fridge, to show the house, the condition of the house, and then to yell at two fully grown men, one sitting quietly by petting a dog while the other one is having a conversation with his father about rent. Like, he was saying something in the video like, did I not pay rent? Did I not say I needed to get this fixed first before, and that's why you cover the rent this month? You know, the son negotiating with the father about the facts of the case. So she went live to embarrass them, which was really sad to watch, and then to intimidate them about the police. And then what the daughter did, she also folded her mother into her mess, knowing that if your father 5 days prior had put his hands on you, but you still decided to stay at the house and sleep under that roof, you knew your father wasn't, what's it called? You knew he wasn't the type of person that you're saying he is. So I would call into question the post from 5 days ago about him putting his hands on you, right? What was the role of your grandfather? Did he witness it? What was the role of your baby father? Did he witness it? You said you were outside. So what was the role of the neighbors? Did they witness this abuse? And why did you still stay? And then to fold your mother into this incident, I understand why a lot of people are questioning who is the real shooter in this case. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that FWA is not at all. She's taken accountability for it. She says she did what she did. But I can see why in the comment sections of a lot of people's live streams, I see why people begin to question who is the real shooter, who did the shooting, right? Was it FWA trying to protect her daughter and she just takes the fall? Because the daughter seems to be the most manipulative one in the whole grand scheme of things. And she's the one who's saying the least bit. And then you have the father's social media posts where he's, using these subliminals and kind of pointing his finger at the screen. And he's using these very, very specific songs to point stuff out. Then you have the baby father's sister who seems to be on FWA's neck. And so it just seems like there's a lot, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on with this story. And now every time FWA says something, the story seems to change just a little bit. Now, it wasn't in the defense of her daughter. Now I just was protecting myself. Like, what? I thought this was about your daughter. And now all of a sudden the daughter has been completely removed from the scenario. You know what I mean? And so now that's where now we're left with more questions. Let me pause. Go ahead, laugh, and then we'll get into this next clip. And please, you guys, tap the screen if you can. Please share it. Don't share it live. Actually, there's 36 shares. Don't share it with nobody else. That's enough. There's enough people in here, but there is 1,000 people in here. So please tap the screen and help me close out my live goal, or I'm leaving.
Now, Nosy, we done been threatened enough this week. Okay. Okay. So, you know what, Nosy? I really like having a conversation with you because we can really just go back and forth and we can just dig into different ideas. So I think that was probably the stupidest thing she could have said, because your whole defense was, I'll do anything for my kids. I'm a mother first, all the things, right? So then you come back on this clip later and say, I didn't want nothing to happen to that man. I just wanted him to leave me alone. He wasn't bothering you. Y'all have had, the daughter and the daddy have had several fights and arguments. That's what she said. They've had it out plenty of times. This ain't the first fight they done had. All right, Bob. So the thing is, and I think why we're so taken aback is because we did not have to be a part of any of this. We didn't have to put our opinions in or anything. FWA brought this to us because she wanted us to know this. She wanted us to feel like, oh, FWA about their fucking life. She wanted us to feel like, oh, bitch, we've been playing with the wrong one. We don't feel like that. Nobody, but nobody feels that way. We all looking at each other like, bitch, what? We all looking at each other like we all have spent the wheel at Prices Right and landed on one. And that one is her dumb ass. So now we get a chance to pick apart this whole goddamn story, and it's picking apart, and it's tender as barbacoa. Because nobody asked for this. This is so dysfunctional. The fact that I could see if this was all a surprise to FWA, but it's not. You know the dynamic. You know your daughter. You know your baby daddy. You know this. So for you to get that call and go spaz the fuck out like you did, it was personal. It was personal. You didn't give a damn about what was going on between your daughter and your baby daddy. You went there because I finally got a chance. So you got your family, you got your husband and your daughter in tow, and went and did a drive-by on your baby daddy. Now let's just say, you didn't just do a drive-by on your baby daddy. You did a drive-by on your baby daddy, your daughter, the unborn, the two grandkids that was there, the granddaddy, your husband, and the child you brought. Anybody could have got hit. You can't tell me that we're talking about a responsible adult. And you want to get on her and tell us we wrong for talking about it. We wrong. No, all of us, see, and this is the thing, she knew before she even came on live, she knew I'm going to play on their emotions. I'm going to say that this was all about my children. I'm going to say that I was protecting my child, a child that I didn't even raise. She's never came on this app and said, now look, y'all, I didn't raise her. My parents raised her. All we heard was, I'm about my kids. I'll do anything for my kids. Well, to me, a person that would do anything for their kids would also raise them. If I would do anything for my child, bitch, raising it is the least I could ask. It's the least you could ask for, right? So now we're dealing with, you took some shit into your own hands that really didn't have nothing to do with you. That's your biological daughter, but you didn't even raise her. Your biological daughter would rather live in filth with her daddy, who is so, y'all say, abusive, than come say, mama, can me and my kids be here? That says a lot about her. I would have never came and told us none of this shit, because it was a possibility that y'all could have found out the truth. And Nosy, I'm sorry, but if there's a possibility that we could find out the truth, that means we were lied to. I just made my own nipples hard.
I'm playing this next clip. You mute, you, as they say, mute up. Okay. Talk about your damn nipples. Okay, so let's get to this other part. I don't know what's in it. The first part, the first one I did hear a little of, but then I listened to the rest with you. The second part, excuse me, I have not heard, so I'm gonna play it.
Y'all, my mental not right. Not at this moment, because y'all don't know what I've been through. Y'all don't know what I've been through at all with this man.
Thank you, Kim.
What you mean BK is being kind to me? He a real friend. I love Bray King. I love Bray King. I'm sorry, Powers. I know you had to get down because of emotional situations.
Yeah. I can't. I hate it, but just know
Why won't you answer me?
I'm here for you.
Sound like somebody's TV was on.
Nosy, did you or did you not ask me to come here?
Huh?
Did you or did you not ask me to come here? Didn't you? People were
Yeah.
telling me that you. Okay, I just wanted the hoes in the comments to just chill on me for a second, cause she asked me to come here.
Who's saying that in the comments?
It's a lot of people saying in the comments, and also someone said, "Why am I so invested?" Baby, ask FWA why she's so invested. Because my name been in her mouth every day. Even yesterday, when somebody threw her an interstellar, instead of thanking them for it, she said, "See, laugh."
She
So
said
y'all
that?
ask, yes, y'all asked her why she's so invested because she been into it with me since the gala.
Why? What? Yes, it's Summer Fridays. Oh, wow. Okay, so she didn't thank her supporter?
She talked about me longer than she said thank you.
Child. Please tap the screen. Don't share live. No more shares. There's 37 shares. I don't want to see 38 shares. I don't want to see no more shares. There's enough people here.
Only if y'all know what I done been through, y'all. Y'all don't know what I done been through. Y'all don't know. I've had some hard times.
Oh, she was crying.
I've had some hard times, y'all. Cluck Cluck just got muted. I gotta figure out, okay. What? Okay, I'll go and unmute. Could somebody go and unmute Cluck Cluck, please? And then to keep trying to be told to make a choice, right? I need to make a choice either to let Lala go so I can get support from Black people. I was told that if I take Lala off my platform, that I can get all the support I need from the Black people.
Nobody said that.
I know you lying. Nosy, when was this? This was today.
I'm done. Nobody said that. Who said no?
Say them sniffs sound dry in a bitch. So
Nobody
now
said
you
that.
telling me somebody said if you get Lala away from you, I will. Man,
Nobody said that.
nobody.
Nobody. No one said that. I have to rewind that back. FWA, girl, like we love you, girl, but come on, you just be coming up with stuff. Who said that? I'm about to rewind it. Yeah, please tap the screen. Oh, also I forgot. Please get your daily heart me's. There are a lot of people in here without a daily heart me. I don't want to be that type of bitch, but if I got to call everybody out name by name, Dr. Cooper, Marie, chat it up, QL, me and you go the long way. I can't believe you ain't got no heart me. Who else ain't got no heart me's? Finish typing so I can call y'all out. That's what I thought. No, nosy ho. You too. I saw you in there. Ray of sunshine. You too. I'm calling everybody out. I'm right here ashy as fuck. Come on now, people. It's a penny. And thank you everybody who did get your heart means when you joined. Thank you. Oh, let me rewind it back. That's the craziest. I never heard no crazy shit like that in all my life. Okay.
So I can get support from Black people.
Oh, I gotta go back a little more.
So I can get support from Black people.
Okay, hold on. Why is it not letting me go back further? Okay, hold on. I gotta go gingerly. Okay.
To keep trying to be told to make a choice, right?
Listen close. Listen close.
I need to make a choice either to let Lala go so I can get support from Black people. I was told that if I take Lala off my platform, that I can get all the support I need from the black people. I'm not gonna do it.
Listen to how she keeps calling us the black people. Why she call us that? Like, I'm sorry, I gotta rewind it back just a little.
Platform that I can get all the support I need from the black people.
From the black.
I'm not gonna do it. Form. Why would I? All to get y'all support.
Who said that?
For you to do that and for them to not fully support you anyway.
I want to make this clear for the blacks and all the N-words watching. We never said that. I never said that. Because again, I just saw what this Lala lady looked like today. I had no clue who that lady was. Nobody said that. No, literally no one said that. Hold on, let me let Empress up. What's up, Imp? No, who said that?
Hey, Nosy, that's crazy. Because last night I offered for my whole life to support her, and she said she didn't want our support. I said it multiple times as she streamed me and sent her peoples over there to say she didn't want our support, even though I asked them still to support her because she still was a fellow black sister. And she said she didn't want our support. So that's crazy that she fixes her mouth now on this clip, after I done sold and begged for us to help her, even though she disrespects us on a regular, to still help her, Nosy. And yet you get on here with these fake tears now to say, you want our help? That just doesn't make any sense now, does it? Yet you were nice to ask her to stop talking so she could protect herself and protect this case. She continued. I go out of my way to try to talk to her. She got an attitude. She run. Cool. I then still turn around the next day still to try to support her, Nosy. Still to get us to try to help her. And she says she don't want our damn help. So at this point, leave her to God, because she doesn't need our help. She need his help. She don't need us no more. We're not good enough for her. We're not good enough to even go in our life to support her. I opened my life for a whole hour and a half to get them to help her, to go out of our way to help her. Even though a lot of them in the comments was like, hell no, Imp. Hell no, Imp. We ain't doing it. I still was pleading with us to help her. And she want to be crying now. I put her Cash App up, tagged it. What happened?
I'm still here. I have to switch my boxes because it keeps violating Laugh. Yeah, Laugh,